This is the morning weather briefing. This is for Wednesday, the 3rd of July. Getting set to cruise into a holiday period for most folks, and the weather looks just standard for summertime. It's going to be hot. It's going to be humid. Scattered showers and storms around. And the tropics are interesting. I'll have the latest on Beryl here in just a second. First off, this is the upper air look across the country early this morning. And again, you can see that upper high stretched out across the deep south. The mid-latitude westerlies to the north of the heat ridge over the northern states. Just a classic summer look there. We'll check the radar composite early this morning, about 5 o'clock. A few spotty showers over Mobile, Baldwin counties, Escambia County, and the Florida Panhandle. The rest of the state is dry. You know, yesterday morning we had some low 60s on this map. This morning, nothing like that. Most locations are in the 70s. In fact, Mobile, 82 muggy degrees to start the day. Highs up in the middle 90s today, and because the dew points are higher, the heat index will be higher. The counties in orange on that map, those are heat advisories today. That's where the Weather Service, the heat index might hit 105. And again, this is a Weather Service criteria thing. West of the state, the counties in purple, that's an excessive heat warning. That's where the heat index might hit 110 through parts of Mississippi, Tennessee, Arkansas, and Louisiana. And those heat advisories extend back into Texas and up into parts of Ohio. So here's the severe weather outlook for today and tonight. We have a risk of severe storms from the Great Plains to the eastern Great Lakes. Tomorrow, a chance of strong to severe storms, again from the nation's midsection over to Chesapeake Bay. And on day 3, which is Friday, got a marginal risk from eastern Kentucky into parts of Ohio and West Virginia. Here's a look at rain for the next 7 days. This is valid through Wednesday morning of next week. And for most of Alabama, numbers coming up, average amounts between 1/2 and 1.5 inches. But of course, your number could vary because of the random scattered nature of summer showers and thunderstorms. Tropical weather. Of course, we got Hurricane Beryl. In the Caribbean, we have a tropical wave that is Invest 96L approaching the Windward Islands, but this will not be a big, bad hurricane. In fact, the Hurricane Center giving this only a 20% chance of developing. And it's coming across the same region as Beryl. Several reasons for that. Number one, there's a lot of dry air now in that region, dry, dusty air from the African continent. And number two, there's been a lot of upwelling from Beryl, cooler water pulled up from below, so the SSTs are way down. So again, we'll watch that. But again, at this point, development not expected over the next 7 days. So obviously, Beryl is weaker this morning. The satellite presentation not as classic as what we saw 24 hours ago. The sustained winds are 145 miles per hour. That might be a little aggressive, probably a bit weaker than that. And it will be encountering westerly shear on the journey westward here over the next couple of days. This is the new track from the Hurricane Center. And obviously the concern today, Jamaica and the Grand Caymans. Jamaica under a hurricane warning. This will be coming by as a major Category 3 hurricane today. The center probably coming along the south shore there, but obviously hurricane conditions will affect the entire island of Jamaica. Then landfall comes on the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico late tomorrow night, early Friday morning. Most likely is a Category 1. Weakens to a tropical storm over land, comes back out across the southwestern Gulf of Mexico. And the final landfall just south of Brownsville, Texas, over extreme northern Mexico, late Sunday or Sunday night. The Hurricane Center brings this up to a minimal hurricane at 96 hours during the day Sunday before coming into northern Mexico. So it looks like it could be a minimal hurricane or a strong tropical storm at that time of landfall late Sunday. The impact is the same one way or the other. And again, this could really be beneficial in many ways. This could bring some really good rains to South Texas where they could use that rain. This is the ATCF set, and again, a model agreement, very good. Now, consistency is there, right with the NHC track coming into extreme northern Mexico. And the wind guidance on Beryl, and you can see a steady weakening trend as it continues the journey. And in terms of our Gulf Coast, and by that I mean Gulf Shores, Dauphin Island, Port Morgan, over to Panama City Beach, that central Gulf Coast. Obviously, no direct weather impact, but the rip current danger will likely be increasing by Saturday and Sunday as the system kind of churns up the Gulf of Mexico. So if you're headed down that way, just be aware the weather's going to be routine, but the rip current danger will be high. Saturday and Sunday, as always, watch for those flags. Let's go through the dailies. Model fans, the GFS. This is the 06C run, valid today at 4. And again, that ridge stretched out across the deep south, and just old summertime weather. Hot, humid, mid-90s. Maybe a storm this afternoon. They'll be fairly widely scattered. A lot of places will stay dry. The chance of any one spot getting wet today in the 20-25% bracket. We'll check the high-resolution HER, valid this evening at 6 o'clock. And it's not really bullish on showers. You can see maybe a few over the southern part of the state. And there could be one over North Alabama, but probably not that many today. Tomorrow we should see an increase in the number of scattered showers and storms. The odds of any one spot getting wet tomorrow climbing up into the 40% bracket. And again, highs will be in the 90s, and will be in the 90s for a while. The better chance of a shower or storm during the afternoon and evening hours between 1 and 10. And that's going to be the theme for Friday and the weekend. This is Friday. They get a fairly decent coverage of showers and thunderstorms, highs in the low 90s probably. Of course, where showers form early in the afternoon, that'll knock the heat down. There's a look at Saturday, and there's a look at Sunday. Evidence the weather could trend a little drier towards Sunday, with highs up in the middle 90s. And again, you can see Beryl coming into the southern tip of Texas or the extreme northern part of Mexico, perhaps as a minimal Category 1 hurricane. And again, this will bring some beneficial rain to parts of Texas. Let's go to Monday. Again, Beryl is inland over South Texas. And again, for us, the weather not changing Monday. Hot, humid, maybe a pop-up storm. Tuesday, Beryl dissipates inland, but some good deep tropical moisture for Texas and Louisiana with an increasing rain opportunity there. And again, for us, just scattered storms. And we'll go out a week from today. This is Wednesday, July the 10th. Again, you can see that weakness in the ridge where the remnants of Beryl will be located. But again, the weather here, hot, humid, maybe a storm in spots. The remnants of Beryl sitting there a little southeast of Dallas-Fort Worth. Let's go out 10 days. This is Friday, July 12th, Friday of next week. That old ridge just as expansive across much of the country, pushing the storm track up into Canada. And it's going to be hot. It's going to be humid. We'll have scattered storms around, which is what we expect in July and August around here. Rain for Birmingham coming off the European ensemble. The mean is up there a little over 2 inches between now and the 18th of July. Highs in the 90s, lows in the 70s, right on through Saturday, July 13th, and the latest 8 to 14-day guidance. This is for July 10th through July 16th. Temperatures here may be a little above average. Always interesting to watch the photos coming from the Hurricane Hunter missions into hurricanes like Beryl. This was taken yesterday morning when the system was still probably an upper end Category 4 at that point. And again, just an amazing stadium presentation in the eye of this thing. And again, just the images are tremendous. Check some of the sunset views yesterday. That knucklehead wanted to be on the weather video this morning. He made it. That was down at Point Clear. But the colors were just stunning across Alabama and the Gulf Coast region. And again, if you're beach bound for the 4th of July, the weather very, very routine. A good 6 to 8 hours of sun every day. And sure, there'll be a passing storm from time to time, but that's just summer on the Gulf Coast. Nothing out of the ordinary. But again, be aware that the rip current danger will be high, most likely, on the central Gulf Coast by Saturday and Sunday. All right, so that's it this morning. I'll be at Children's of Alabama today. It's Weather Wednesday, the first Wednesday of the month. We always do a weather program there for the patients and their families. That'll be in the auditorium down on the first floor. Come see us. That'll be at 10 o'clock if you're at Children's. And, of course, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.